Hello, beautiful beings. Whew, are you in need of a perspective shift in this moment? And are you open to one? Right? So, as I'm jumping on here, I have been sitting much of today and the last few days with the awareness, right, of how big this moment in time is and how many different realities and different possibilities are kind of present to us, right? What I call timelines, right? All of the different potentials that are being bombarded to us at every given moment right now. And so what I'd like to offer you guys, if you're desiring, if you're willing, if you're wanting, is the possibility to generate more peace in your body in this moment. This morning I was speaking to a close friend, and there was a lot of pain in their body. There was a lot of stress. There was a lot of unrest, right? And maybe some of you guys are feeling that right now, some pain, some stress, some unrest by what's going on in the world right now, by what's going on in our nation right now, by what's going on in your life right now, because your life didn't stop either, right? Your life is still going, and it needs to keep going on top of the externals of what's happening in this moment, in this immediate moment. And so if you guys are willing and open, I'd like to bring a perspective shift, a tiny practice that you can deviate the mind for a moment to bring some more peace in your body. And here's also why it's important to have peace in the body, right? Peace in your mind and your body in this moment is because no matter what is coming, right, you need your faculties, you need your health, you need your wellness. And at the end of the day, when this internal structure is okay, right, we find that we can manage whatever is before us in thoughtful, intelligent, creative ways, that we can actually contribute to a solution if there's an issue, that we can actually have perspective to a situation if perspective is needed, when we can generate that space, right? So right now there are a lot of things that are going on in the world, and so what it's producing is a tremendous amount of what I call timelines, which means possibilities. Okay, so right now you might be concerned because there are things going on in your individual state. You might be concerned right now because we're in a transition election season. You might be concerned in this moment because, right, there is a great many things that are kind of extra compounded today in this moment, in this present space and time. But what I'd like to bring to your attention, right, is that some of you, for some of you, right, this is not for all of you, this is the perspective shift that applies to some of you. For some of you, right now, there is fear, there is pain, there is physical dis-ease in your body, right? There is unrest in your mind and in your body about possibility rather than reality, okay? What do I mean by that? If in this moment you are in a state of unrest, because of a possibility versus something that you are having to deal with in the exact moment. For example, if you say, I'm concerned about a reality that can happen to us in 2025, 2032, right? I'm concerned about, it's not saying that we can't have concern for a future, nor we shouldn't, right? Because we should have this perspective. But in this moment, if you're needing more peace, I want to invite you into this reality, right? Perspective shift is your pain and your discomfort coming from something that is not yet a present reality for you, right? Meaning, has it not happened yet, and your pain and your discomfort are happening from a projection, a fear, or concern. So many things can happen in between this moment, even if that timeline that you are concerned about is looking likely or possible. There are still factors within that, I bet you, if you're honest with yourself, that we don't really know yet, right? And the truth of the matter is you are also not the person that will be facing those future timelines. What do I mean by that? Okay, so you're not going to be the same person in a year, in 2 years, in 6 months, in 12 years, when the concern that you are feeling might be present face to face with you. You're going to have grown. You're going to have different perspective. You're going to have different stamina, different bandwidth. Your perspective to handle, solve, or contribute to that issue is going to be different. That's incredible, right? So what you are standing with today, you may not have the stamina to deal with a future issue. You might not have the solution or the idea of how to handle that thing because you don't need to. It's not here yet. And if you are in turmoil about something that could happen in the future, if it isn't facing you in this moment, I invite you to take a deep breath and consider that there are other possibilities that could occur, right? That it is not a foregone conclusion, that your fear will in fact be the thing that becomes reality. And when we allow our body the peace and perspective, so I'm going to tell you guys to literally look around your room right now. Look around. Where are you guys? Where are you? Look around in the room. Think about your life as of today and the things that are really hurting you and really causing fear, because there is major stuff, right? I am not undercutting the intensity of this time. Let me say that again. I'm not undercutting the intensity of this time. Nicole and I have been holding massive collective energy weight, right? Our closest friends and clients have been checking in with us and know that we are holding down some major energy. And I don't underestimate the power of this moment in history, the consciousness that's been happening and the raising that's been happening this year. But I also understand the vital importance of you staying in a healthy, aligned state as much as you possibly can, because there is nothing that you will be able to contribute to anything if you are in fact unwell. And if you are unwell because of things that haven't even come, may never ever come, then there is no sense in that, right? So as you're looking around the room, I want you to take some inventory about your fears and how are they real in this moment for you, right? So for instance, if you are afraid of being unsafe, okay, I'd like you to look around and I would like you to assess, am I in this moment unsafe? So for instance, in this moment, I am not unsafe. I am looking around and I'm in my office. It's quiet, okay? My animals are okay, they're well. My family is okay, they're well, right? I got to serve today. I spent hours, right, working on a beautiful project for you guys. I have been up since 5 a.m. and working and contributing to the things that I love in my craft. I'm also aware that there is a lot going on, but in this moment, I have my personal sense of safety and I'm grateful for that, right? So I'd like you to start to look at the things you are concerned about, and I'd like you to assess them as they stand in this moment, in this exact moment, okay? In this exact moment. Are you facing those things that you are concerned of in this exact moment? Are the things that you are concerned of a reality right now for you in this moment? Okay? And if they are not, then I invite you to breathe into the fact that you are okay right now. That you are okay right now. And I know, right, your mind wants to go, but Dove, so much could happen, so much is happening, and I want you to come back to, again, are you okay in this moment right now? And this is how we rewire, right? This is the perspective shift that you can hold even in the most difficult situations. And remember that it might be possible that if a timeline comes to pass, if an opportunity, a reality line comes to pass, that you are then faced with something that makes you feel unsafe, that the lack of safety is right there in your face in that moment, that you might be equipped to handle it in that moment. And that you might be equipped to handle it even more in that moment if you've given yourself peace in the moments where you are not confronted with that immediate affront. Take a deep breath. All right, a lot of you guys are saying you woke up very, very early. I hear you. I see you. Yes, right? So much going on. Yeah. Okay. Some of you are saying, I am okay in this moment. I am safe in this moment. Okay. You are holding and seeing the shift in that perspective. You might be concerned about real things. What's going to happen to this? What's going to happen to that? What's going to happen to, rights, economy, freedom? There's so many things that might be going on with you in this moment, and I want you to keep bringing it back to what is going on in this present moment. How can you, if you want, right? It is okay. It's free will choice to say, I don't want to feel better in this moment. But if you are looking to calm that very, very, very overworked nervous system right now, then this is the place you want to be. You want to come to this perspective, ground for a moment, right? And if you feel like this is helpful, I'm going to ask you to share this, right? I feel like the whole world right now needs a perspective shift and breath, right? I wasn't going to share today. I know that's a really sensitive time, and I wanted to see all of you. And also I had people say, people need to hear that message. So if you think so, tag somebody, share it in a group, share this, right? If you're brand new, welcome to the space. And I just want to be of service to you guys in this moment, right? I just want to share how I use perspective sometimes, and I use the way that the mind works to keep myself optimal. It's so important to keep ourselves optimal, especially when a lot of work has to be done, especially when a lot of uncertainty is present, especially when, right? And what this is also going to let you do, it's also going to let you see things from a higher vantage point. It's going to really let you be a critical thinker and analyzer. It's really going to let you create proper perspective and boundaries in your reality, in your life right now. Because when we are flooded, exhausted, our nervous system is burnt out, and we are in a panic about a projected possibility, we can't think. Our reality gets teeny, teeny, tiny, and we are in a state of fear, panic, exhaustion, depletion. We can't function from that state. Yeah. So I'm sending you guys not an easy time. No, so much work. But you know what? The work can only be done if we can resource ourselves, if you can create perspective. And let me give you this analogy. It's like when we throw a bowling ball down a bowling lane, right? This is kind of my analogy for worry, but I think it also applies here. If I throw the bowling ball down the bowling lane and the whole time I'm screaming and I'm going, it could do this, it could do that, it could not do this, it could not do that, is it going to change what happens to the bowling ball? No, but is it going to change my internal reality? Yeah. Is it going to change how I spend my time until that bowling ball hits the pins? Yeah. Is it going to change how I handle when the ball hits the pins? Yeah. So out of my rational thought, where is your time and energy better spent, right? Resourcing yourself to be able to be that critical thinker that can approach a difficult issue, can assess when something is really a problem in our immediate life and something that we really have to address in that moment, being able to be resourced enough to take action, critical action when we need to, yes, that's really important. So spending our time while the bowling ball is already going down the lane, being concerned about possibilities that vast, many, many, many other possibilities could occur, that can be very, very taxing on the body and the nervous system. Yeah, so you guys are so, so, so loved. I am appreciating seeing all of your messages, and I hope that this has been helpful, just even if it is for this evening, to create a little bit of rest, a little bit of breath, a little bit of perspective, just in this moment. And any moment that you find you find yourself going way into another, future possibility, or you're not actually in something that is locked in or present as, an issue that needs to be dealt with anything in your life, you can actually come back to this practice. You can come back to this practice. You can look around the room. You can assess yourself. You can assess where your energy is going. You can realize the millions of alternative possibilities that could occur that are not just your fear, right? A lot of things could happen. Guaranteed millions of alternative possibilities are always present in our lives at any given moment. You're so welcome. I'm really, really grateful that you guys are on. I'm really grateful this has been of any help. I'm sending you guys so much love, and, also remembering that it's important to keep the framework of compassion with each other, to keep the framework of humanity, to understand how important our consciousness is right now, and to really, like, this is an important time to continue the things that matter to us. This has been an extremely busy week for Nicole and I because our service has been, amplified. We feel we need to serve at so many different levels. It's reminding me what I'm doing here. And no matter what timelines occur in all the various possibilities that are happening right now, I am going to stay committed and dedicated to all of the things that matter to me, to the shifting of consciousness, to the growing of humanity, to the increased compassion, to all of the big issues that we're working on together. And so this is also the time to stay focused about what matters to you. Hold on to that tether, hold on to that piece that feels really aligned. Stay connected to your why right now. Why are you doing the things? Why do you wake up in the morning? What matters? What do you want to contribute in this world? And so with that being said, I'm sending you all a big, loving hug, and I hope that you can take a breath, have a tea tonight, come back into some peace, let that anchor in, share that with your loved ones that don't understand, just vicariously sharing an aspect of peace, and remembering that we're still here together no matter what is occurring. There are so many beings that are dedicated to the improvement of all of the world right now. And so that's a very, very beautiful place to be in. And let yourself anchor into some truths that are inside of yourself that are comforting. And the truths of those, around you and those in this, live right now, or watching this on the replay, that are bringing love, that are bringing compassion, that are bringing inspiration, that are bringing kindness to themselves, and how amazing that act alone is and how contagious that is. So have a great evening, everybody. Yes, and I'm sending you much love. Bye.